Yo, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time checking me out, I am Substance and it's sub time, baby. If you've been here before and you already know me, welcome back. What up, though? It's been a long time coming for me to share this experience with y'all. My unusual experience of being locked up in the only women's prison in Costa Rica in the entire country, and I was just 18 years old, straight out of high school to the University of Hard Knocks, like for real. I did a whole 4-year bid. I may do it with a smile, however traumatic, but I'm going to recap that portion of my life right here on my channel. So look, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can catch every single video drop. In this first one, I sat down with my homie, my sis, and basically broke down our first trip to Costa Rica, where I basically went to the beach and brought back the snow. Check it out. No blinker, got to outthink you. No, I'm dead ass. When you don't have a plan, like right out of high school, that's just what happened to me. I didn't have a plan. Nobody was pushing college, so where I end up at? Locked up. See, as soon as I get out of high school, basically ended up in jail. So the first time I did it, did I ever tell you this story?
No.
The first time I did it, I
First time you did what?
went to Costa Rica.
Okay.
So the first time I went to Costa Rica, I was broke, right?
Okay.
So my brother had just had his accident. So my family, life was just all over the place. I'm out of high school. Nobody was pushing college on me. Nobody was pushing. There was no push to do anything. Basically, it was like all growing up, it was, you know, when you get 18, get out the house. That's all we heard. You turn 18, you got to get out the house. You got to get out the house, but get out the house and do what? You know what I mean? If I was going to go to college, that's some shit I had to figure out on my own. Well, I don't know what you're going to do. But at 18, you getting up out of this house. Well, by 18, we ain't had no house, no home, or nothing like that. We was, you know, spread out all over the place. And my brother, like, shortly after I graduated, and however I graduated, that was a miracle. But shortly after I graduated, he had the accident. So, you know, it was really bad. So my mom had to stay at the hospital with him. We always there for the most part. Then I'm back and forth going to New York, you know, staying with my god brother, just on some broke stuff, doing all kinds of strange things for a piece of change, right? Some real. So then my cousin approached me with this situation, like, yo, you want to go to Costa Rica? Pause. Let's have some dialogue right quick. Right here in the comments. I want to know your mindset. At 18 years old, think about when you were 18. I don't care if it was yesterday or yesteryear. At 18 years old, if someone approached you and presented you with an opportunity to go to Costa Rica and make some money, the caveat is you had to come back with 3 kilos of snow. You don't know the country, you never been out the country, and you don't speak Spanish. What would have been your response and why? You could make, you know, some bread. You just go there and bring back some, you know, some weight, and you get broken off. And I'm like, well, hell yeah. I'm broke as a joke. All right, so he introduced me to the man, right?
Okay.
And he breaks down how it's supposed to go. So the man helped me get my passport. So I got my passport the same day. So when you go, like in New York, I had like, was it fake? I think it was like fake flight itinerary or whatever. But if you go to the passport agency in New York, or any major passport place, you can get your passport same day. So I got my passport same day, and then I was on a flight. I had never been out the country and none of that. On a flight to Costa Rica.
Dang.
I ain't even never heard of Costa. I didn't even know Costa Rica, and that's crazy because in geography class, I think we did have to do a map of the world, right? And we had to draw all the countries. You had to learn about all the countries.
Yeah.
I ain't remember no Costa Rica. I didn't even know what the hell that was, but I'm in Costa Rica. So like now everybody here, Costa Rica's all exotic and beautiful, and it is beautiful. But now everybody know about Costa Rica. Anyway, I'm in Costa Rica somewhere. Get picked up from the airport. I'm with the man's girl. So his girl live out there, his mom live out there. Pick me up from the airport, take me to this place called Cahuita. I'm in Cahuita. Cahuita's like this little village type of place, like right outside of Limon. Limon is like the section in Costa Rica where blacks are. So they speak patois, they have their own little carnival. So it's like baby Jamaica or something like that in Limon. And then Cahuita is like the country of, little countryside, black sand and all of that good stuff. So I'm stayed there. Now I'm there. It's Christmas. So back home, I ain't talked to nobody. I was there for 10 days. I ain't talked to nobody. Nobody. Well, my cousin, of course, he knew. And then, my closest cousins, my sister cousins, they knew. But that's it. They ain't tell the family. So it's like we would get together on New Year's. My family was doing like New Year's. We do like a seafood thing. And everybody like, oh, where's Nick? Like, there's silent. Don't nobody know where. For 10 days, nobody knew where I was at. I'm gone. I think they was about to put out a missing person on me or something.
Dang.
But yeah, so 10 days. I'm in Costa Rica. Christmas Day, I'll never forget. It's hot as hell. And they got like Santa Claus decorations, but it's hot. I've never experienced. I'm used to being in New York.
Right.
It's cold. It's Christmas time, snow, cold, and I'm like, that's too hot for Santa on this beach.
Right.
But yeah. So I spent Christmas that year on the beach. This is before Costa Rica was popular.
Okay.
At a destination place. I mean, maybe rich people already knew like to go there and do some whatever, but nah.
But it wasn't given like all inclusive.
No, it was nah. I wasn't giving Aruba. Like not then. Like it is now. But I was kind of like isolated. They made sure I ate. I stayed in like this little, because it's undeveloped, so it wasn't like running water, so to speak. It was.
What? So you couldn't wash your ass?
It was.
What are you talking about?
There may have been, but it like come out of a pipe, but cold. Like they didn't have like hot water. It was like, it was crazy. What? That first trip was crazy. The whole living situation. I think we had lamps. Like it wasn't. I don't know. They had me like a little lab rat or something. Like it was crazy. Anyway, I'm there 10 days. For the most part, I was left alone. But they didn't treat me bad. Like, I wasn't in no hostile situation. It just was like, you're here to do a job. Like, we're not your friends. You're a little worker.
Did the people you went with, they spoke Spanish?
I didn't go with anybody. I went alone.
They just sent you over there?
Yeah, they just sent me over there. How did they identify me when I got to the airport? I just looked like that nigga that needed to be. I looked like the one that they was waiting on. Like, they had my flight information, so they knew who they was waiting on. Maybe there was a description of me. I don't know. Maybe old boy told them what I had on type thing. So I was identified, picked up, and driven all the way down because like the airport was in a place called Alajuela. So from Alajuela to like Cahuita, that's like going from, that drive was sick. That's like going from, let's say Charlotte to like, I want to say probably like Richmond or DC, something like that. Okay. That's about the distance from the airport to where I ended up staying those 10 days. Then came back to like the city part. Did I get bagged up? But let me tell you how I got bagged up. All right. So they lay out a tray, right? So the Colombians end up coming. So now the Colombians are there and they don't speak English at all. It's straight up Spanish. So now I don't know what they talking about, but then getting the pack ready for me to, put it on my legs. So they layer the bottom, so it's like a tray, like a baking tray, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And they layer it with like saran wrap. And they put the seasonings on there.
What? So, what you mean seasonings?
Like cumin and all kinds of seasonings to throw off the scent from of the dog. From the weight. You know what I'm saying?
Like you talking about like onion powder, garlic
powder. Oh, yeah, seasoning. Dead ass. Straight out the cabinet. Seasonings. Right? So they layer. So it's like.
What the heck?
I'm dead ass. Right? So there's layers and then the pack is in there and then there's more layers of seasoning all wrapped around. It's a whole spread and it made like a paste. I know cumin was in there. I know that for a fact. I never forget that smell. And they make a paste out of it. Layer it. There was like, what's the white tape that you be writing your name on? The tape, not
masking tape.
Masking tape. Because I was masking tape down.
Damn.
So they make they prep it, smooth it out so it kind of look flat like a sheet to wrap around my legs. So they wrapped it around my legs, and then masking me all the way up and stuff. All right, so now I'm on masking these thick hips. So I had some baggy. I had on a jumper. So I had on a Ralph Lauren jumper. I never forget this shit. I had on a Ralph Lauren jumper, right? And they were wide leg. So, it's the 90s, so I'll give you that much. It's the 90s. And, back then, TLC, all that vibe, big clothes was in. So, okay, I could get away with a big shirt, big pants, Timbs. I think I had a do-rag and, just whatever. So, going through the airport, when I went through the airport in Costa Rica, now I don't speak nothing, I don't know nothing, just trying to figure out my way to get home. Everything is Spanish, whatever, but I'm trying to figure out how to get to my plane, all that good stuff. So I go through, and then I had my the suspenders down. So I had a belt on to hold my pants up because they were so baggy. Suspenders down and latched, I go through the metal detector and it goes off. So I come back, take everything out my pockets. I go through the metal detector again, the shit is going off, right? Yeah. So they came to me with the wand and determined that it was my belt. Because I was about to piss right then and there, like, yo, damn. What in the hell? So it was my belt that was setting off the alarm. They scanned my belt and it was like, all right, you get to go. So I go through, yes, relief. Get on the plane. Now, on this flight, it wasn't that many people on the flight at all. So that was cool. I got to lay out or whatever. But it was a direct flight from Costa Rica to New York. However, that bag bust. So the seasoning is now cooking the fuck out of my leg. So it's hot, it's sweaty, seasoning on my leg. This shit was burning. So I'm up and down the airplane. I can't sit still. Damn. This shit is hot and burning. The flight attendant is like, everything okay? And I'm like, yeah, everything is good. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm trying to put napkins down in it, but it's so tight around. They got this joint so tight on me that I can't, get up under the tape. And then I'm like, I don't want to mess up this whole situation. So I'm just eating it and I'm sweating. I'm like, oh my God. But it was this old black couple, right? They're like grandma and grandpa type style, right? So I'm going to them. They asking me. They was, all concerned, like what? So I'm start thinking I might be looking mad, obvious, I am doing all kinds of moving. I'm moving to this seat, laying across, trying to find a way to stretch, trying to get in. And I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm trying to force myself to go to sleep, take my mind off of the pain. I start thinking about stuff from ROTC. You ain't hurt. It ain't burning. It's in your mind. I'm thinking about all the mental stuff I just learned. Yo, dying.
Was it just strapped to your thighs or was it strapped to your your calves?
On my thighs.
Okay.
Yeah, only on my thighs. So both thighs layered. So it's about 3 kilos.
Damn.
And so, all right, we finally landed. We get to JFK, right? So I'm just ready to get this thing off. I'm burning. I'm sweating. I'm dying. All right, so so now it's an international flight. So I got to go through customs. The whole flight got to go through customs, right? We get to the airport. We're going through customs, and all you see in New York was dogs and cops. And I am like, yo, this is not happening. Because I'm thinking the seasoning is leaking. What if the coke